Hello to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. Today we are looking at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Rise of the Beast Wheeljack and Scorponok. The two final Rise of the Beast Studio Series figures, kind of, not really, but like for a while, because we're at least getting one of the repaints of this guy. We might get free because there were 3 different Scorpion bots in the movie, and the one named Scorponok did not have these colors. So I could see us getting this mold 4 times, but we don't know if we are getting 4, but we know we're at least getting 1. And we know Ape Link is coming, and maybe we'll at some point hopefully get Stratosphere, and maybe we could get concept art figures of a Transit and Bloodhound. But you know, in terms of like the main stuff, the main important stuff for the movie, we got everything. Like, the only named character that we don't have is Ape Link, and he was only in the movie for like a minute and a half most. And since I've looked at every other figure in this set, and this movie really hit my love for Transformers in a way that the fiction hasn't for a while, and the Studio Series, I still wish movie toys were like how they were before the Studio Series, but I think the Rise of the Beast stuff has been way better than the previous years of Studio Series. Even though Mirage was a bit of a step back, and spoilers, Wheeljack is not the best ever. Wheeljack's not bad, though. He's not that bad. And I just wanted to do a little spotlight on these guys. Just to do it. And let's start looking at Wheeljack's van mode. He, of course, can have his gun posted up on the roof. And I don't get this gun. It's made of translucent plastic, which is upsetting. Wish there was just no translucent plastic, which these windows were opaque. There's no reason, you can't even really see anything in there anyway because of how smoky black it is. And if you could see anything in there, it'd just be robot parts, but obviously I don't get this gun. This looks like a G1 crazy sci-fi gun, which is fun. I love all those gun designs, but this is not a movie-verse gun. It's not what he used in the movie. He had Mega Man cannons like everybody in that movie did. And you have to put it on the roof, which is upsetting. I would have liked storing it underneath like you could in the days of old, but that's not really a thing anymore. But even still, he's a nice, fun, little, good-looking VW van, says the TV Pablo stuff that everybody joked about. You know, he rolls pretty alright. Not the greatest roller around, but better than a lot of modern figs. Very basic, but like, it's just a fun little van. That's all we needed. That's what Wheeljack is in the movie, and it's nice to see it. Now, as for Scorponok, the one evil beast in this movie about beast characters, he is looking very nice, very inspired by the '07 Scorponok, but enhanced. And he does... his claws are very interesting on this Scorponok because of how they just float so precariously from the arms, which is partly because of how the transformation works, since this entire block here is the robot arm, and this folds up inside the body. And you can see they gave him the Predacon logo, which is not shocking because the Scorponok toys in the kids line for this movie also associate him as a Predacon, and apparently in the screen tests there was a cut line of dialogue where the Scorpions were called Predacons. But yeah, he's also got that port that most modern Transformers do for flight stands. That's obviously more meant for the robot mode. He's also only got 6 legs instead of 8, so not a proper Scorpion, but he's also a giant robot, so who cares? And they can wiggle around, like these front ones. The back ones have a up and down hinge, but there's also the united transformation hinge for the front set of legs, and then the back legs are the robot legs spread out. You know, Scorponok looked awesome in the 07 movie, and so do these new Scorponoks. Looking really good, and they've got this nice bluish gray with purple color scheme, meant to, of course, homage the Beast Wars Scorponok, which is nice to see. And maybe we'll get the screen accurate red Scorponoks at some point, as well as the tan Sandstorms and the blue Double Punch, which is apparently the repaint we're getting according to the listings. But yeah, he is another Scorpion boy. He can lunge his tail forward like most Scorponok toys. And, I mean, we get so many Scorponoks, like, it is honestly kind of shocking. So, you kind of know what you're getting with a Scorponok, but this is a good Scorponok. And now that we've looked at the alternate forms, we should get going to the robots. Alright, and here we go. And firstly, I just want to say, Scorponok, he transforms like a Scorponok. Again, we get enough Scorponoks. We know how they change. Wheeljack, a lot of people have brought up already how he is slightly annoying. He's not Mirage level annoying, though. Like, there's a lot of stuff about his transformation, especially when it comes to the arms and his door wings, that are just, no, like, it is just unacceptable. And it's probably a result of the fact of how small a lot of the Studio Series figures are. Like, that's probably a huge part of the reason why so many of them are annoying. But I don't really think he's that much of a pain to transform. Like, it's not an enjoyable transformation, but I think it's actually very easy to finagle all of his parts into ways where they're not completely colliding into each other, and they make the transformation go by smoothly. Not enjoyable, and you can tell it's not meant to be done in those ways, but it's not a pain. And once you do have him transformed, you have this nice looking robot, and I really like this Wheeljack design, because I know he's the most controversial thing about this movie, because the Bumblebee movie had a Wheeljack for like 2 seconds that looked like G1 Wheeljack, and everything has to be the 80s. If we keep regurgitating the same things and do nothing new, that will allow the brand to only be enjoyed by the die-hard fans and never appeal to new audiences, and that way it can die for good. I mean, that's what's going to happen if we never allow new things. And honestly, I'm also not the biggest Wheeljack fan anyway, so I'm down for getting a true new interpretation of the character visually anyway. And I really, really like this. I think this is a fun-looking build for a Transformer. My only real problem with this robot mode is I don't really like these panels around the arms. I can accept these, though. And I'm not the biggest fan of the knees, because the transformation joint that's in here always wants to do this. and that's a bit upsetting. And he is admittedly a little flat on the side, but I do like him. I do enjoy this figure. It's an enjoyable Wheeljack. And to be honest, comparing him to G1 Wheeljack, I'm not about to pull in my Earthrise Wheeljack, who I should have probably brought down for this video. But we have that upcoming first episode Wheeljack to go with the Jazz and the Bumblebee origin, as they're calling them. And that Wheeljack feels like a hybrid between this one and the G1, because it's a huge boxy van Wheeljack, but it's G1 Wheeljack, and that's kind of interesting. It's interesting how everybody's loving that one, but gives this one so much hate. That one even has wings, like this one. Big, giant wings. So, I don't know, I'm just saying. Just saying. Maybe be some influence from this design on that toy. Just maybe. And of course, he can hold the gun. He can go pew, 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 pew. And again, I would like this gun better if it was just, since it's so much smaller and he's only got the one, if it was designed to be stored away underneath his vehicle mode. Instead, that would have made me really able to accept this over getting the two giant cannons he had in the film. But whatever, he's got it. I mean, was he going to come with anything other than a gun? No. That's how Transformers work. They basically just come with weapons. And then here's Scorponok, looking very Scorponok-y. He's got some extra gold here in his belly. He's got those nice big red eyes. Love the huge hooks around his shoulders, and here's the purple hands with the creepy fingers that went inside here to make the scorpion claws. And his backpack, you can kind of just shift the scorpion legs around however you want. This is mainly how I do it. Just have these ones facing up and these ones a bit further back. His feet are interesting, given how they have the ball joint up at the front and then they have the heels that don't always work. Like, he does like to topple over a lot of times. But, you know, not bad. It's, again, just another Scorponok, but now both in movie style, without being the movie Scorponok we've known for so many years, and in Beast Wars colors. And of course, he's got the tail that you are supposed to clip inside his arm and have him use as a whip weapon, which is a little weird, but I do like how you can stick the hand into the hole and make it like a big giant thing, like it is his arm. That is really nice. That really makes this thing a little bit extra cool to me. I like this figure a lot. I like this figure. I don't know if I will buy the repaints, because I don't know if I really need them. I would love to see them just say, screw it, and find a way to make this retooled into 07 Scorponok. Even though it's like, yeah, he's technically like this small in the movie, and that's why we got the tiny one that came with Blackout. But come on. Let's give 07 Scorponok a proper toy again. Especially since eventually the Studio Series is going to redo everybody and is going to do the whole 07 cast again, so yeah. But that's it. Both of these figures are a little basic. Scorponok is the better of the two if you're only going to get one, unless you really, really love your Autobots. But let's just wrap this up by showing them next to some other figures from Rise of the Beast. Not the entire set, because I don't have room to put them all in. Here's a Prime and Primal. The best Studio Series Rise of the Beast figure probably is this Primal. Either that or Bumblebee. Love this Bumblebee. And then we'll also bring in the kind of star of the movie, Mirage. Stand, Mirage. Stand. Stand. Ah, dang it. There we go. He'll stand like this. And there we got a bit of a group shot. And yeah, that's about it. This was a look at the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Deluxe Wheeljack and Scorponok. And it's nice to have a little not complete cap off of Rise of the Beast toys, because we are clearly going to get a couple more. But, you know, it was nice to finally get the main cast, and for the most part, Rise of the Beast has had a great toy line. And that's basically all there is to say. Thank you for watching, and see you guys around.